put the halter on him. And we used him 2 weeks ago. Jacob did a good job. I mean, this horse wants to keep his eye on me now. I'm actually going to throw a different tactic to it, because what we want to do is demonstrate different ways to accomplish the same thing. And while I'm thinking about Jacob, have you got a really good broke horse? I mean, one that's really nice. I hope you say yes, you're a trainer. How about bringing him next Sunday and giving us a demonstration of what a good horse does? Okay? So Jacob's going to be here next week with a good horse, and we are going to practice putting a halter on this horse. So with doing that, I'm going to put it on, take it off, put it on, take it off. And, you know, he likes everything but putting the halter around his nose. You know, he don't mind me, but he just really, last time I picked that up, he said, I'd just as soon back up. So that's just a step, and we're going to build from there. You know, I'm not quite sure how, this is either going to go really good or it's going to get really exciting. Either way, I'm going to win. You know, because if we have to, we'll just get a bunch of men, pull the panels together like a chute, put it on him. But we're not worried with that. And a little bit later, Nick, if you want to go ahead and get your horse ready, Nick is, or do you have your headset on yet? You know, Nick has got a presentation that he's going to be giving at some other places, and he asked, can he give it here about saddle parts? And it's an opportunity. You know, our teenagers are not the church of the future; they're the church of today. You know, children's church and teenagers can win lost souls just as much as we can. So we're going to give Nick an opportunity to talk a little bit as soon as I get a halter on this horse. But what I want to say, Kenny Rain, I don't know Kenny very well. I mean, I know his spiritual side, but I don't know his cowboy side. Never worked cows with him. But I know the cowboy way is you go to catch your horse, and you get this thing, and you're in a hurry because you're late, and you walk right to his head, and they're gone. So what we're going to do is, I have challenged people. How many of you have seen the ice bucket challenge on Facebook? The what? Anyhow, I started a new challenge because we're all about relationships, and I want to change the relationships here at Cowboy Up Ministry, because I am sick and tired of as many people getting a divorce in the church as there is outside the church. So we're going to give you more, better information so you'll have a better relationship. There has never been a man killed while he was doing the dishes. I'll just state that. We're going to talk about domestic violence in a little bit, and that's going to be part of it. But we got to understand relationships mean everything. And what I'm trying to do is build a relationship with this horse, and my backside and my shoulder is less threatening than if I walk straight to him. So, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and say, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say, let me catch him. And if he runs off, then it'll get more exciting. If he don't run off, we'll put a halter on him, and we'll go on to give him a better understanding of what we want. So that's what I'm gonna do. Because he's so good at looking at me, I don't know if he's gonna let me get beside him or not. We'll just have to see. I got an idea when I step between him and the fence, he may take off. I don't know. I just want to pet his shoulder. See, I don't want to put a halter on him. I want to pet his shoulder. You say, see, you block me. You don't go on that side. When you go on that side, I get caught. I said, okay, I'll come on this side. I just want to pet your shoulder. Man, I went back. It's all right. Because anytime you're trying to learn something new, you want to take as many steps as you can so they understand it. Now, if you say, I don't have time for that, I just challenge any of you men, go to your child and say, teach me how to do something on your phone, and see how fast you pick it up. Or on the computer. You know, I asked Kathy to show me something on the computer, and she's clicking faster than I can look. And I haven't learned a thing. So, for men and horses, we need it broke down into as many little steps as we can. You I want it to know, okay, I got a halter in my hand. I just want to pet you, brush you, at you a little bit. I even pet you with a halter. Man, whoever knew a halter could be good. Because one of the things that I want to share with you is horses, they learn different ways. The most common way that we teach is a horse learns from the release of pressure. But I'm going to add something to that. Horses learn by what happens next. If your horse don't want to put a halter on, he don't like what happens next. Plain and simple. I learned this many years ago working on a ranch, and we kept some young horses turned out every night. And every morning we'd go out there, put a halter on them, lead them to the stall, and feed them. Feed was already in the stall. All we had to do was put a halter on them, lead them across the road, and put them in the stall. Those horses were waiting at the gate to put a halter on them. Because you see, they like what happens next. And this little horse didn't want me on this side, so that's the side I'm going to go to. See how it tries to block me? Because it tells me everything that it don't like happens on this side. And I want it to have a good experience on this side. We're going to just take that a few steps at a time and say, well, wait a minute, you didn't do nothing else. Now, I know the cowboy way, or most riding situations, we don't have time to do this. If you don't have time to have a relationship with your horse, I suggest you get rid of your horse. Because they're a relationship animal. If you want it to be good, it's going to take a little bit of time. Now, it's not going to take this much time every day. See how she blocks me? She don't want me on that side. And I'm just going to ask her, no, I want on that side too. Now, I have seen people halter horses, I don't know how many different ways. I had a lady call me one day, and she wanted me to come work with an aggressive horse that would bite you, kick you, hurt her, did all these things. And I told her I'd meet her, and we actually talked a little bit. And I said, man, it sounds like to me he probably needs to be laid down. Now, for women, you don't understand being laid down. Every boy understands that the teenage boys and the little boys, they're going to wrestle until one of them pins the other one on the ground and makes them give up. And when a horse gets dangerous, we need to lay him on the ground and let him give up, because they will hurt you and kill you. So I got to this place where she had her horse stalled at, and she got him in a stall, and he comes to the gate, and she takes her halter like this and goes straight to his face. He dropped his head and put it on. Like, this horse isn't aggressive. It was a man-made problem that she had. She actually couldn't handle it. She sold it. Another woman's got it, doing great with it. But there's a lot of different ways to halter these horses. And one of the things I want to do today is just what I'm doing now. I want to approach and retreat several times today. Now, as we go, I want to approach and put a halter on. And then I'm going to take it off and retreat. I guess I want to show you what I'm going to do before I do it, because you won't see it. I have everything ready in my hand. I'm going to go back to its withers like I'm petting it. I'm going to pet its chest with the lead rope. I'm going to reach my arm around the base of its neck, the big part of its neck, and I'm going to get that, and then I have it around its neck. Then I'm going to slip it up on its nose. Now, I know if this horse is as bad as some of them I've had, when I take it around its neck, it's going to leave me. That's what some of them do. When they think they're caught, boom, they're gone. So that's some things that might happen. I don't know how well broke this horse is. You see every time it raises its head when I come looking back to it. Deb, you got a Bible verse?
I do. Matthew 5, verse 8. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God.
See, what we're trying to do is get to this little horse's heart. I don't want her feet. I want her heart. See, she's wanting to pull away from me. I want to know, will she give to me? Boy, she don't have much give. She's stiff as a board. You know, I'd like my horses, when I do that, them to just drop their head and come into me. Because what happens if they don't do that, it makes this next problem a little more difficult. See how I just reach over there and I dropped it? Well, that don't matter because the horse ain't going to run away because I didn't scare it. We pet it with him a little bit. I just give him a hug. See how it wants to pull away, but see how I now have it. And I'm just going to ask her, if she's really broke, she should come to me. And that's what we want to work on. If you reach back here, I've already got it. Then all I got to do is scoop a nose, and I've got a halter on. Now, people, get ready, get your cameras out. You may not see this very often. She just put a halter on. I just pulled a treat out of my pocket.
Now, you guys know that Skipper does not believe in giving horses treats. However, you have to change what you're doing to suit every situation.
I want her to know when she puts that halter on, it's a good thing, and I'm going to take it right back off. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to say, Nick, you can come on in. This is the closest I can do to make her feel like I don't have her caught, but yet I have her caught. We're actually going to bring another horse in the pen, and I'm going to keep this one separated. But this is the closest thing I can do as a step to make her think she's free because her head's free, but yet she's not free. This is a training technique for horses that don't like to be haltered. See how she really wants me to, she wants to keep me away from this side. And then you start getting on from the other side, Kenny. She'll let you over here real good. Okay, Nick, it's your turn, buddy. You can get up right up there in the middle where everybody can see you. You need Harley to hold your horse, and you got it. Harley, would you help him hold his horse while he points out the pieces of this saddle? Nick is one of our teenagers here. He's involved in youth rodeo and a lot of other things. Him and his sister, Carissa. Don't challenge Carissa to a bull riding. She's the little bull riding queen. Looks like you're the helper too. You can go through the gate and go in and help her. You just talk, Nick, and Kathy will do your volume. Okay, just for you treat-aholics, this horse already knows the treats are in that pocket and it's trying to bite my pocket. That's why I don't give treats. It can smell them.
My name is Nicholas Red, and I want to do a demonstration on the Florida Cowboys. Florida is this country's first cattle state, not Texas, not New Mexico, not Oklahoma, Florida. Our state has over 15,000 cattle ranches and is home to the largest beef producers in the nation. Cattle were introduced by Spanish explorers in the 1500s. The first cattle to step foot on the New World were called cracker cattle. They are the foundation of Florida's cattle industry. Cattle ranching is essential to Florida's economy, environment, and conservation efforts. Every day before dawn, they saddle their horses, they coil their ropes and ropes, and they head out to with their herds of cattle. They are the Florida Cowboys. The tools cowboys use are a hat, a horse and tack, boots and spurs, and a rope, a calf string, and a whip. The most important equipment to a Florida Cowboy is his horse, which is my horse. In the early days, Cowboys used cracker horses to work cattle. A cracker horse is a merely mixed breed horse that can withstand our environment. The tack is just important. First is the type of saddle. This is a roping saddle. See it's thick horns or the rope. And it's specifically designed to help cowboys rope and brand cattle. Boots are essential to protect their feet, and spurs are to help control their horses. This is a rope or lariat. And this is kind of how you use it. You want to get big enough of a loop. You want to like an arm length or something like that. So I usually twist the rope over and I put your thumb on the top and you wrap your fingers across. And then you do a swing like kind of like this, and then you just throw it. And so that's pretty much a rope. And this is the Honda of the rope. And I put it. A calf string is used to tie up the calf's legs for branding or to give them shots. Last, I would like to show you the whip. It is probably the most popular with Florida Cowboys. It is also the reason why they're called the Florida Crackers. Ranchers use whips because they have to travel over many types of different terrain. Some places they can't go through easily. The whips help the ranchers scare out cattle from palmetto scrubs. Cowboys and ranching are very important to Florida's history and agriculture. Thank you for your attention. My resources were The Florida Cowboys by Charlton Walter Jr.